first memories of going to the auction with my dad, we went to a night auction. Most of them at that time were held at night. And so we parked in a parking lot, and we were walking to the front entrance, and there's a lot of excitement and milling around, and you hear cars running and people walking and talking and laughing and cutting up. This is before the auction started. And about the time we got to the front door, this Cadillac Eldorado rides up, and it's a blue Eldorado with a white carriage top and a white leather insides. And this guy steps out, and he's got on a trench coat and a nice suit. He's got this big diamond ring on his hand, and he's got a Rolex watch. And so I remember pulling on my dad. I was about 7 years old, I guess, and I said, "Dad, what does he do?" And Dad said, "Oh, that's Steve. That's the auctioneer." And I thought then, that's exactly what I want to do. So at about age 13, I think, I met an auctioneer named Tony Reed at the same night auction, and he told me I would need to go to school, and if I went to school to learn the craft of being an auctioneer, I could apprentice for 6 months. And I took 2 weeks off, 2 weeks of vacation from an engineering firm I was working at, and I went to school to become the auctioneer. And then I apprenticed for 6 months under another friend of my father's until I could apply for my own license. And all the while practicing the chant, the breathing, the rhythms that they teach you in the auction school, preparing for the first time that I would stand in front of a crowd. And then not long after I was licensed in November, I did so, of course, bright-eyed and fearful and scared to death, to be doing this chant, and that was pretty much, I was awful, just to be honest with you. But I was still very much in love with the craft. I knew there was nothing else I wanted to do. So over the course of a 22-year career as an auctioneer, automobiles, equipment, real estate, it's taken me to several places that obviously I had no idea I would go to. Some of the most memorable have been charity auctions that have been filmed for TV. One time in New York, we had over 2,000 or 3,000 attendees at an auction, a real estate auction that we had every major news media covering it.
One of the big winners this time are the real estate auctioneers.
Down at a mid bottom at 95.55, 92.5. I like your style, sir.
Let's start the day now. $1,000.
1,000 LT and 20. That's 20,000, 30 pound of the bill, 30 to 40 to 40 pound of the bill, 40, put 30 up here, woman, it got me 40,000, another 40 pound of the bill, 40. Williamson in 30 to 40 to 40 pound of the bill, 40.
And made the third page of the New York Times, the first page of the internet edition of the New York Times, and with a crew of other auctioneers that I worked with in conjunction with Auction.com's events. I've participated in auctions like one in the LA County Convention Center. We sold $122 million worth of residential real estate in one day. I've flown 250,000 miles a year for the past 7 years. And I've done 19 home auctions over the course of 11 days in 3 different states. All in pursuit of the passion, all in pursuit of what it is that I love to do.